A few weeks ago I began my noble quest to platinum every single PlayStation game I own, because apparently I hate myself. And after clawing my way through the emotional hellhole that was the LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga Platinum, I decided, you know what, let's go easy for the next one. Today I'll be platinuming Telltale's The Wolf Among Us. The game was released all the way back in October 2013. It's got 36 trophies, a difficulty rating of just 1 out of 10, and takes around 10 hours to platinum. But this isn't your average Telltale experience. Unlike The Walking Dead, where you can literally mash X with your forehead and still get the platinum, The Wolf Among Us actually makes you work for it. You can't just play through once, you have to make different choices across multiple playthroughs to unlock all the Book of Fables entries, because apparently being emotionally manipulated once isn't enough. So my plan is simple. Step 1, play it normally and make bad decisions, and step 2, replay it for the cleanup and make even worse decisions. The game opens with Bigby Wolf, Fabletown's very own chain-smoking sheriff, paying a visit to Mr. Toad.
Shit.
As you'll notice, this game is full of characters from old storybooks. You know, the classics, just now they're depressed, broke, alcoholics, and hoping the next scene finally puts them out the misery. These fables live in modern day New York and use magic called glamour to disguise themselves from us regular humans, or as they like to call us, Mondays.
If you can't afford to look human, you're going to the farm. It's as simple as that.
Now the farm doesn't sound too bad, but it's actually where fables go to be forgotten, and probably milked. There's a big commotion going on upstairs, so we head up to sort it out. When we get up there, we meet Bigby's old pal, the woodsman, looking like a Poundland Kratos. He's had one too many Stellas and is causing a bit of trouble for the girl he's with. This escalates into a full-on brawl, and Bigby gets speared through a window. Woody still isn't done and comes back for seconds, but the girl takes his own axe and introduces it to his skull.
You're not as bad as everyone says you are. I'll see you around, Wolf.
Chapter 1 done and trophy number 1 attained. On the way into our apartment building, we bump into Beauty, who's being, how we would say, a little bit sus.
Promise me you won't tell Beast you saw me.
Look, whatever it is, it's between you and Beast. I'm staying out of it.
Bibby finally gets to his apartment and we meet Colin the pig, or should I say, Smoky Bacon. Bibby goes to sleep, but not for long. There's a knock at the door. It's Snow White.
I just died on your arms tonight.
Bigby, come with me.
Trophy number 2 pops and we go outside. Now, the nice girl from earlier, her head is now sitting on the doorstep like it just got dropped by FedEx. We find a ribbon in her mouth with a ring attached to it. The symbol on the ring is unknown to us, so off to the business office to find more about this girl. In the office we meet Ichabod Crane, who's a complete fucking knob, and Buffkin, the alcoholic flying monkey. Buffkin brings us a book and we find out the girl's name was Faith, also known as Donkey Skin. We ask the magic mirror about Faith and he hits us with the first of many "my lips are sealed" lines. Instead we ask about Prince Lawrence, her husband, who looks to be in a bit of a mess. The office phone rings and Toad is in trouble again. So we get a choice, go help a suicidal prince or a frog. Naturally, I chose to help Toad, a fellow amphibian. Over at Toad's we learn that one of the Tweedle brothers broke in looking for something and beat the shit out of him. Toad didn't actually have what they were looking for, however he does have Faith's donkey skin coat. Attached to the coat is a letter for Prince Lawrence, so off we go to his house to deliver it to him. At Lawrence's we find him on the floor, alive, for 12 seconds. We open the letter ourselves and before we can search the house properly, one of the Tweedle brothers jumps out of the cupboard. He legs it, we chase him down and interrogate him.
You're looking for the woodsman, right? I know where he is. My guy says he's holed up at the Trip Trap.
As we're getting information out of him, we're KO'd by his twin brother. Snow finds us in the street and we head to the Trip Trap bar to find Woody. We meet Holly and Gren at the bar, who don't want to tell us where the woodsman is. Turns out he was in the toilet, fighting for his life. Bigby questions him and he swears he didn't kill Faith. Gren is a bit agitated that Bigby is at the bar and a fight breaks out between them.
Oh, good.
Bigby lets his wolf side out and ragdolls him. The game then goes, wanna rip his arm off? I chose not to, he's had a good enough beating. Plus, I'm not trying to catch a GBH charge. I'm saving that for someone truly deserving. I'm looking at you, Ichabod. Right as the dust settles, Tweedledee walks in looking like a shriveled ballsack. Him and the woodsman both make a run for it, and another choice is there for me. I decided to chase after D and arrest him. While marching D to the business office, we run into a bunch of Monday police officers outside the building. We walk in, and on the steps is Snow White's head. We start episode 2 in a Monday police station. All of the police in the station start bleeding from their noses like they've sniffed a line of powdered asbestos, and they all pass out. This is because Crane used a memory wipe spell to get us out of there.
It's just a memory wipe spell. Very expensive, but it works.
He takes us to the apartments where Bluebeard is interrogating D, though it's less interrogation and more screaming in his face until something happens. Bluebeard's not exactly a fan of the gentle approach I went for, so squares up to Bigby. Your beard isn't even blue, mate, why the fuck are you called that? Just as things are getting heated, in walks Snow White. Yep, alive, very much not decapitated. Turns out the body wasn't hers, but someone glamoured to look like her. The body was found by Toad's son TJ. We tried to speak to him gently, but he's shaken, and let's be honest, Bigby's not exactly built for child-friendly conversation. After that, Bigby, Snow and Buffkin head off to examine the body. On the body we find a glamour tube, and the person glamoured to look like Snow is actually Holly's sister Lily. We head over to the Trip Trap to break the news to Holly. She's devastated obviously, but through the shock she tells us Lily had been working at the Pudding and Pie, which sounds like a cute little bakery or something, but it's actually a seedy strip club. Over at the Pudding and Pie we meet the Wayne Lineker of this universe, Georgie, who runs the place. We try to get some answers out of him, but he's not feeling chatty, so Bigby applies a bit of encouragement, mainly to Georgie's property. Eventually he caves in and hands over a book listing the clients and the girls they have been with. Dodgy doesn't even cover it. We head to the dressing room and meet Nerissa, aka the Little Mermaid. We ask her a few questions, and even though her lips are sealed, she still manages to slip us some useful information, along with a key to the Open Arms Hotel. We go to the Open Arms, and who's working the front desk? Beauty. Mystery solved. That's why she was acting sus earlier. She takes Bigby upstairs to room 207, where Lily was staying, and just as we're about to go in, Beast turns up. Immediately jumps to conclusions and thinks we're about to clap cheeks. The scuffle ends with us smashing the door down. Inside we find the crime scene.
Shit.
After a bit of digging, we work out that whoever was with Lily had a full-blown obsession with Snow. We found an envelope with some photos, a few of Snow, a few of her with Bigby, and the last one, Crane, caught in the act. Episode 3 starts where we left off in the Open Arms, and Bigby is pretty pissed. We need to find Snow and tell her about what has happened. We head to the Buckingham Bridge where Lily's funeral is being held. We tell Snow about Crane being a dirty pervert, but then the Scrotum siblings show up, and everything goes to shit.
Yeah, let's spare all the fuss. It's just a dead whore.
Back at the office we're getting stitched up, and Buffkin is trying to fix the magic mirror so we can find Crane. Turns out he can't because it's missing a piece that Crane took with him. We find out that Crane has an appointment with a witch at 2 AM and he's looking for a certain magic ring. We get a choice of 3 places to go to find more on the witch: the Tweedle's office, Crane's apartment, and the Trip Trap. I decided to go to the Trip Trap first. At the Trip Trap we find an address book in Lily's things. One of these addresses could belong to the witch we need to find. Next I headed to the Tweedle's office. When we get there we meet Flycatcher, who lets us into the office. We find a secret door to a basement in there and find out that Crane has been paying someone called the Crooked Man. Sounds like a lovely chap. We also find a tin labelled Anti-Greenleaf, which is a bit of Snow's hair inside.
Anti-Greenleaf. AG. This is it.
We get to the apartment and a little girl answers the door. We go inside and she seems worried about us looking around. We find a glamour tube and open it. We learn that she has given the magic ring to Crane, but it doesn't work and hasn't done for years. Snow thinks we should burn the tree she uses to make glamours, but I actually didn't burn it. Good cop.
Hi, buddy.
We then head to the Pudding and Pie to find Crane trying to use the ring on the girls to get the truth out of them, but as the witch said, the ring doesn't work.
I don't think he did it.
What?
Look at him. Do you really think this man murdered these women? Ichabod Crane, you are under arrest for the misappropriation of Fabletown funds.
We arrest him and I get the opportunity to break his nose, and I ain't gonna pass on that.
I have a job to do.
We head outside with Crane, but are stopped by Bloody Mary and the Tweedles. Of course, as always, it goes wrong, and we are killed by the Tweedles.
Psych!
No, I don't
don't want to. You have to. I don't want to. Would you please be quiet? I can't. You must. But they... Shut it. It's not nice. It's your job.
Wait! Stop! Just take him, okay? Take Crane.
I'm sure we'll be in touch. See you around.
Bigby is in rough shape and he's getting stitched up yet again. Our bone is sticking out of our arm, for fuck's sake. No time for fucking about though, the investigation must continue. We speak to Narissa in our office and find out that the Pudding and Pie girls can't speak because of the ribbons they wear around their necks. We try to take it off Narissa's neck, but she freaks out. Snow comes in to tell Bigby that Beauty and Beast would like to speak to him, and Narissa insists we should go. We go around to Beauty and Beast's apartment and find out that they've been getting money from the Crooked Man. Beauty got a loan from the Lucky Pawn Shop, which is run by him, and Beast has been working at the Cut Above Butcher's, delivering packages for him. We get a choice of going to either the pawn shop or the butcher's, and I chose to head to the butcher's first. In the butcher's we meet Johan, who's acting a little sus. Oh, I guess that little Among Us guy is gone. We head to the back of the butcher's and discover a back room which is being used to make black market spells and glamours. Johan tells us that the missing piece of the magic mirror is most likely at the Lucky Pawn, so we head there to investigate. When we arrive at the Lucky Pawn, Woody is having trouble with Jersey and is wondering where his axe has gone. I'll tell you where it is, mate. I nearly got it lodged into my head last night. You'd know that feeling. A fight breaks out between them and of course things get out of hand, so I have to step in. Woody finds his axe and chops it into the Jersey Devil's head. We search through Crane's coat and find the missing piece of the mirror. We head outside with Woody and have a wholesome moment with him. When we get back to the office, we fix the mirror and Snow asks to see where Crane is. He's with Bloody Mary. She senses that they're being watched and uses her magic to stop us from seeing her and Crane. Instead, we ask to see the Crooked Man and we realise why no one knows his exact location. It's because the door to his hideout constantly moves. Whilst looking at one of the doors on the mirror, it changes location to a door at Central Park. Bigby heads off and Snow tells him,
When you get the Crooked Man, make sure you bring him back alive. He has to stand trial.
Once we get to Central Park, we boot down the door to find a sort of portal-looking thing. We run into it and it takes us to the Crooked Man's hideout. Inside we meet Tiny Tim. He leads us to the Crooked Man and in the room with him are all of our good friends. Ballbag, Wayne and Louis Tomlinson from that One Direction video. We also finally meet the Crooked Man, who looks to have had about 37 strokes in his life.
Why don't you have a seat, Sheriff? We have a great deal to discuss.
After talking for a little while, we find out that Wayne killed both Faith and Lily. The Crooked Man puts the blame onto Georgie, and he's a bit pissed about it as he claims the orders were from the Crooked Man to do it.
So what do you say, Sheriff? Can we discuss terms? You can have Georgie.
I think I'll be taking both of you.
You're not taking me, you fucking ponce!
Bloody Mary then shows up from a mirror, and things go to shit again. The Crooked Man and Bloody Mary escape as Bigby fights the rest. Dee and Georgie get stabbed, but Georgie manages to escape with Vivian. We chase them through the portal. This leads to a massive chase scene where we go full wolf mode. When getting to a bridge, we get a choice to land on 2 cars. I chose the one on the right as I knew Georgie was in it, but we quickly find out that in the other car was the Crooked Man. No! After the big chase, we end up at the Pudding and Pie with Georgie and Vivian. Whilst here, we learn that Vivian is the original girl with the ribbon, and she made more ribbons to make the girls working at the strip club quiet. Vivian feels too much guilt for what's happened to the girls, so she removes her ribbon. This ends the spell and frees Narissa and the other girls from the ribbons. Georgie is struggling from the stab wound, but he gives us the location of the Crooked Man. We then get a choice of putting Georgie out of his misery or leaving him to suffer. I chose to leave him to suffer because, well, in Georgie's words, he's a
fucking ponce.
We head to Shepherd Metalworks where the Crooked Man is located, and inside we end up getting into a huge fight with Bloody Mary. Bigby starts to struggle against her in the fight, but don't worry, he's got that dog in him, literally. We head up to the Crooked Man and the room stinks because he's just shat his pants after watching that. As much as I'd love to kill him right now, I chose to listen to Snow and bring him back alive. When we get back to the office, everyone and their nan is there for the trial. Like the shithead he is, the Crooked Man tries to talk his way out of it and actually persuades some dumb fucks to believe him. To be fair, we don't have evidence against him. That is till Nerissa shows up, who can now tell the truth with the ribbon spell gone.
He ordered them dead. This fucker. Faith and Lily.
That's a lie.
I was in the goddamn room when he did it.
As we're deciding what to do with him, he attacks Bigby. We get out of his grasp and get the choice again.
You're going to miss me.
No, I won't.
Today's the day that Mr. Toad and TJ are being sent to the farm. This game makes you feel so bad for sending them away, but there isn't a choice to save them from going. TJ tells us to give something to Snow, and whoever the 1.5% are who didn't say yes to giving it to her, you deserve a lethal injection. I did, however, save Colin from going. For the last episode, I actually collected all of the Book of Fables entries, so I'd only need to do episodes 1 to 4 on the second playthrough. As the car leaves for the farm, we head over the road to speak with Nerissa. We found out she wasn't exactly telling the truth about everything. She kinda sold Faith and Lily out to Georgie, which led them to being killed. But she was the one who left Faith's head at the doorstep for Bigby to find and help.
You're not as bad as everyone says you are. I need to tell you something.
I have to tell you something.
I feel like we've met before.
You're trying to place me.
You like my ribbon?
Do you like it?
Faith wore one too.
Would hide her beauty so she could escape his kingdom.
They used to call me the Little Mermaid.
Dr. Swinehart ever get back to you about Faith?
He said he wanted to run more tests.
I hope you find what you're looking for.
I'll see you around, Wolf.
So who the fuck was Nerissa? Was Nerissa Faith? Was Faith Nerissa? Gives me a headache trying to figure it out. At least there's a Wolf Among Us 2 that was released in 2023 that's still not out yet that can answer my questions. Seriously though, is that game ever gonna come out? Now it's time for the clean up and to pick some other choices that will give me the rest of the Book of Fables entries. In episode 1 in the Trip Trap bar fight with Gren, we need to rip off his arm to unlock all the entries for this episode.
You fucking monster!
For episode 2, whilst interrogating Dee, we need to go for the aggressive approach that Bluebeard so desperately wanted us to do.
That's enough! I will not tolerate this savagery! You think someone was trying to kill Snow? Isn't it more likely someone was trying to get back at you by killing her? Fuck you!
For episode 3, we need to head to Crane's apartment first, and whilst in there we need to look at the Headless Horseman statue. I actually used this statue on my first playthrough to bash over the Jersey Devil's head. Should have counted as seeing it then. Also for episode 3 we need to burn Auntie Greenleaf's tree.
Doomed me. Do you know that?
And then finally for episode 4 we need to head to the Lucky Pawn first instead of the Butcher's. When we get to the Lucky Pawn we find Mr. Toad and Jack there instead of Woody and Jersey. Seeing Mr. Toad with a donkey skin coat unlocks another entry, and after persuading Jack to let us look around the shop, we look at the Enchanted Needles, which sounds like a smackhead's wet dream, and it unlocks our last Book of Fables entry. And of course, this gets us our Platinum Trophy for the Wolf Among Us. This was a really enjoyable Platinum to get and one that every trophy hunter should look to be collecting. Even though it's over 10 years old, it's still brilliant and definitely one of my favourite choice-based games of all time. If you enjoyed this Platinum Trophy hunt and would like to see more of them, please subscribe, give the video a like if you enjoyed, and comment Mr. Toad's hole if you made it to the end.